This is Eyewitness News on LA56 with live breaking news.
We are following breaking news, a second shooting spree in Copenhagen, Denmark, this time at a synagogue. We'll have the latest.
Pets and people are evacuated when a fire breaks out at a motel in Orange County.
The beaches are packed this Valentine's Day, but high surf and rip currents had lifeguards on high alert. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Giovanna Lotta. Welcome to Eyewitness News on LA56, LA's only live local newscast at 7 p.m. We have breaking news in Denmark. 3 people are shot at a synagogue. The shooting comes just hours after a gunman opened fire at a free speech event, killing 1 person and wounding 3 police officers. Right now, police are trying to determine if the shootings are related. Eyewitness News reporter Amy Powell is live in the newsroom with the latest. Amy.
Giovanna, a massive search underway in Denmark after 2 shootings in less than 12 hours. Authorities believe the first attack that killed a 40-year-old man was an act of terror. Right now, they don't know if the latest shooting is related. U.S. officials are calling the deadly shooting deplorable and offering to help with the investigation. Meantime, police are combing the streets of Copenhagen.
A tense situation on the streets of Copenhagen. Police flooding the city center tonight after a second shooting near a synagogue. 1 person was shot in the head and 2 police officers were wounded.
We do not know that it is connected to the former shooting today, but the most busy train station in central Copenhagen is evacuated and there are armed police officers in the center of Copenhagen.
Hours earlier, the windows of a Copenhagen cafe riddled with dozens of bullet holes after a gunman armed with a machine gun opened fire.
We heard a person yelling something in a language I don't understand. People panicked, of course, ran to the doors.
1 man was killed and 3 police officers wounded. Denmark's security service says the shooting was likely a terror attack.
We feel certain now that it is a politically motivated attack and thereby it is a terrorist attack.
This is who police are looking for, described as a 25 to 30-year-old man with an Arabic appearance wearing a ski jacket and a scarf over part of his face. Swedish cartoonist Lars Vilks had organized a free speech event that was happening at the time of the attack. He has faced death threats in the past for his caricatures of the Prophet Muhammad, and this could be the latest.
What is being categorized here by the police at the moment is that this was a definite attempt to kill Lars Vilks.
The gunman escaped in a dark Volkswagen, which police later found abandoned. The attack comes a month after the deadly assault on French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo, a publication known for showcasing controversial cartoons. 12 people died there.
In the wake of the violence in Denmark, the LAPD's Wilshire division sent out a tweet saying patrols will be increased around local synagogues. Live in the newsroom, Amy Powell, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Amy, thank you. We will continue to stay on top of this story throughout our newscast and on Facebook and Twitter. You can also get the latest updates anytime with our ABC7 app. It's available in the App Store, Google Play, and on Amazon.
Time to get a first check of the weather. No rain in the forecast, but for some, that's just fine. Let's turn things over to Danny Romero, who's got a first check of our 7-day.
Yeah, I guess we're going to see some people enjoying some rain, wanting some rain. Won't be happening anytime soon. We got a lot of sunshine coming our way and things staying pretty warm over the area, too. Clear things over Irvine Spectrum area. Right here at the Orange County area looking nice and clear tonight and pretty nice temperatures over the Southland, too. Downtown LA, clear skies at the moment. Today, the temps were so warm, we did set a new record in Westwood today. The old record of 84 broken today. 85 the temp. I was down there in Westwood, and I could feel that heat earlier today at the UCLA game. Hawthorne, 86 and warm. 87 for Pasadena. Riverside topped up 88 degrees. Santa Ana got to near 90 degrees. 89 for the daytime high today. And we will see more warm temps coming our way, and then some changes beyond that. I'll tell you about that with a 7-day forecast in just a bit. Jory and Giovanna right now, all yours.
Okay, Danny, thanks. It has been a beautiful Valentine's Day so far. The warm weather sending thousands to the beach, but the large crowds and high surf had lifeguards on high alert, having to rescue multiple people from the rough waters. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter spent the day at Dockweiler State Beach, where people were soaking up the sun.
Hard to beat a Valentine's Day by the beach.
It's wonderful. That's why I love living in Southern California. I'm like, who can wear shorts in February anywhere else? Love it.
This weather out here in California is great and hot and sunny and warm.
Our sudden surge in summer-like temperatures has people flocking to the shore. All along the Southern California coast, thousands are soaking up the sunshine and are unseasonably warm winter weather.
It's been crazy busy because of this nice, awesome weather that we're having. So it's been really busy and it's good for the business.
I came to the beach, with my girlfriend and my little siblings. I brought them because, I woke up, it was hot this morning. I just wanted to get away from home, come to the beach because we haven't gotten out in a long time.
But with the warm-up comes a serious warning about treacherous conditions. High surf is creating dangerous rip currents and increasing the risk of sneaker waves. The warm weather combined with a holiday weekend means even more people are at potential risk. Yesterday in LA County, there were 33 beach rescues. Officials say they expect twice as many today. And whether they came to celebrate Valentine's Day or just enjoy a visit along the shore, it's all about the love for the weather.
It's fantastic today. I decided to get out of the house and come to the beach by myself. Yes, it's Valentine's Day, so I'm going to love myself.
It's amazing. We recently moved out here from Atlanta. We're from here, born and raised here, so it's just nice to be back in warm weather. Glad to be out of the cold, so we're loving it.
And she's not alone. Certainly lots of folks turned out today to enjoy the warm weather, and lifeguards say they expect the beaches to be just as busy tomorrow as everyone continues to enjoy a 3-day weekend. At Stockweiler State Beach, Leanne Suter, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Leanne. And you can get weather information for the beach or where you live any time of the day with the free ABC7 Mega Doppler app. You'll find the 7-day forecast, live radar, and interactive maps. Download the app for free from the App Store or Google Play.
The White House is now getting involved in the labor standoff at ports along the West Coast. Today, President Obama is sending Labor Secretary Tom Perez to California to meet with union leaders and shipping companies. A partial shutdown is taking place through the weekend at the ports of LA and Long Beach. The work stoppage was ordered so companies will not be forced to pay holiday and weekend salaries. The president says he's getting Perez involved because he's concerned about the impact the labor dispute is having on the economy. The union and the Pacific Maritime Association met yesterday without reaching a deal. The workers' last contract expired in July, and the two sides have been operating without one since.
Meantime, President Obama himself is here in Southern California this President's Day weekend, enjoying the warm weather. The president arrived in Palm Springs this morning after flying in from San Francisco, but he did so alone. First Lady Michelle Obama and daughters Sasha and Malia did not join the president for this California trip. President Obama does not have any public events scheduled and is instead expected to spend his time here playing golf. Yesterday, the president addressed a White House summit at Stanford University on cybersecurity and consumer protection. He is set to return to Washington on Monday.
Tomorrow marks the deadline for signing up for health coverage under Covered California. To get the word out, UltiMed Health Services is signing people up all weekend, including at this event in East Los Angeles. Covered California's executive director is warning those without health coverage not to wait any longer.
And this is a deadline we don't want people to miss because going without insurance puts them at risk, not just for big medical bills, but for not finding the condition early and not getting the free preventive care. It's affordable, and if people kick the tires, they can find out at coveredca.com how affordable it is.
Peter Lee says if you don't sign up tomorrow, you risk not having health coverage for the rest of the year.
Several dogs had to be rescued after a fire broke out at a Costa Mesa hotel. This was the scene outside the Travel Lodge on Bristol Street around 12:45 this afternoon. Smoke could be seen billowing from the top of the building. All the guests were able to get out safely, as well as several dogs that were staying at the motel at the time. Dozens of rooms suffered smoke or water damage. Fortunately, no one was hurt, and the cause is still under investigation.
A 17-year-old boy on board a Metro bus was hit by gunfire last night in Exposition Park. The bus was on 39th Street near St. Andrew's Place when a bullet shattered a window and hit the teen in the back. Police say it was a stray bullet and the teen was not the intended victim. He was treated and released at a local hospital.
I heard it was like brrr, pop, pop, brrr, pop, pop, and that's when everybody just started getting on the ground, and that's when we started looking around, making sure everybody was okay, and then nobody noticed the window shattered, nobody didn't notice anything until we just seen the guy on They was like, shot, somebody got shot, somebody got shot.
Police are now looking for 3 male suspects who made threatening remarks to a woman stopped nearby in her car. She was able to drive off and was not injured.
2 stolen car suspects made a swim for it after being chased by police. Both suspects were spotted in a wash in Baldwin Park. They ditched the stolen car after crashing into a tree during the short 5-minute chase. The men then jumped into the water to avoid arrest. Both were injured from the fall into the wash. They were rescued and taken to the hospital.
A motorcyclist is dead after crashing today on the 5 freeway, causing traffic delays for hours as crews work to clear the scene. This picture was shared with us by a viewer on our ABC7 Facebook page. The crash happened around 9:45 this morning on the southbound 5 near the Mission Road off-ramp. Officials say the crash involved a motorcyclist and another motorist. The man on the bike ended up crashing into the center divider and was pronounced dead at the scene. Lanes started reopening around noon.
Turning now to the battle against ISIS, there have been increased airstrikes on the terror group after an attack on an Iraqi military base where American military forces are stationed. ABC's Martha Raddatz has the latest.
Today, U.S. and coalition warplanes attacked more than a dozen ISIS targets in Syria and Iraq, taking out tanks, bomb factories, and enemy fighters. On the ground, Iraqi and Kurdish forces in fierce combat with ISIS fighters, who today released a haunting new video, which we're not airing, purporting to show captured Kurdish fighters paraded through the ISIS-controlled streets in Kirkuk in cages, similar to the one in which a Jordanian pilot was burned alive. But Jordan, a key ally in the region, is dramatically stepping up its role in the fight.
This is the 100-mile border that Jordan shares with Iraq. It's why Jordanian military has now been stationed along here.
The tanks and troops we saw today, just a small part of thousands massing in the area, trying to prevent ISIS fighters from crossing into Jordan and their own citizens from entering Iraq and Syria to help the terrorist group. Martha Raddatz, ABC News, on the Jordan-Iraq border.
Coming up on Eyewitness News, a heartwarming reunion for an Egyptian journalist back with his family after being jailed for more than a year.
And the ceasefire period for the fighting in Ukraine is now underway. We'll tell you how it's going. Plus this.
A new car with a 700 horsepower engine, but it's not in an exotic sports car with a 6-figure price tag. I'm car specialist Dave Coons. This engine is under the hood of a family sedan. I'll have the story coming up.
The ceasefire for fighting in Ukraine has now begun, but there are no immediate indications of whether either side will actually participate. It's already Sunday now in Ukraine, and under an agreement struck last week, both Ukrainian forces and Russian-backed separatist rebels were to hold their fire as of 1 minute past midnight. Fighting between Ukraine's government forces and pro-Russian separatists continued the day before the deadline, but if the agreement holds, both sides are to begin pulling back their heavy weaponry to form a wide buffer zone. More than 5,300 people have been killed so far in that conflict.
A journalist jailed in Egypt for more than a year has been reunited with his family. Bahar Mohammed was convicted of being part of the banned group Muslim Brotherhood, something he denies. Mohammed and another Al Jazeera journalist were freed earlier this week after a court overturned their convictions. A retrial for Mohammed and his colleague is scheduled for later this month.
Pope Francis has appointed 20 new cardinals to oversee the Catholic Church. During the ceremony today, he delivered a tough love message challenging the new cardinals to put aside their pride and self-interest and instead exercise kindness and justice. Meanwhile, Pope Benedict XVI made a rare public appearance at this ceremony. The former pope has remained out of the spotlight since stepping down as the Catholic Church's leader back in 2013.
The bald eagle couple at Berry College in Georgia has one little eaglet. We're still waiting for the second egg to hatch. Today, we got a look as Mama fed her firstborn. She's been sitting on her eggs since last month while Dad has been out hunting for food. The bald eagles have been nesting on the campus of Georgia's Berry College since 2012. They've attracted worldwide attention thanks to a live camera set up to watch the nest.
Good stuff, and they are very protective of those nests. So you have to get the camera in early and hope that they remain there up in that little area.
Or when they're flying, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Jeez. No, that's great. Views like that, you can't get enough of those. Public views of the sunset that we had today, gorgeous views there. Then this, the daytime. Beautiful blue skies all around. More of those views coming our way as well to show you a couple of nighttime views. How about this? We've got our live HD camera pointed at the valley. Our Burbank location gives you an idea how dry and clear things are over the valley here on a Saturday night. Now to downtown LA, there the skies are clear as well, and we're still pretty comfortable temperatures. 68 degrees right now, winds are calm, and things are still very dry. 33% relative humidity, and today, another well above average date, the temperature for the day. 69 is the average for this date. We got to 86 downtown. Not quite a record, about 4 or 5 degrees off from that, but still a very warm day, certainly. And we saw our sunset at 5:36. Tomorrow, sun rising at 6:38, and we're going to stay warm again, although not as warm. That ridge of high pressure is still in place, so we're getting that offshore flow to keep us on the warm, dry side. No real strong winds here, but we will see that the high is starting to break down a little bit, so we're going to allow a little bit of an onshore flow for a day or two the week ahead, which will cool things down a few degrees. No real cooling until the end of the week into next weekend. Numbers tonight, 51 overnight in San Bernardino to 46 in Apple Valley. We'll get down to 56 in Malibu. And then tomorrow's highs, again, not quite as warm, but still sunny and 79 for Santa Clarita, 81 for Pasadena. And look at Malibu at 75. A good afternoon there. Mission Viejo gets to 79, Irvine to 79, and Lake Elsinore tops off at 81 tomorrow. Now, the 7-day power to AccuWeather showing you some morning clouds to kick the temps down a little bit, so 79 tomorrow as opposed to the 80s we had. Still in the 70s through the week, a little bump up Tuesday, Wednesday, and then here's that cool down I mentioned by the weekend, down to 74 and 72 by Friday and Saturday. Valleys in the Inland Empire, sunny tomorrow. We'll still see temps in the 80s there, and then a few clouds come in the morning hours, keeping things a little cooler side, and then look at that, right back up to 81 for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then finally a little more longer-lasting cooling Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend, mid to upper 70s, then down to 74 by Friday and Saturday. Beaches are going to start cloudy, but get sunny tomorrow and get to 75. Then cooler temps on Monday. That marine layer gets even foggier come Tuesday morning, but the afternoon, sunshine and 74. The bigger cool down comes our way Thursday, Friday, into the weekend. Temps get back down where they should be around low 70s, upper 60s. Mountain spots, sunny through the week with the winds kicking up. That's the big change Tuesday and Wednesday. And the temps stay in the low 60s through the week, and then by the weekend, topping off at 58 for Friday and Saturday. Deserts also look for the winds kick in on Tuesday and Wednesday, but the temps will stay pretty warm. 75 for the high tomorrow, still staying in that mid-70s range for Monday, and then a little drop down a bit on Tuesday, back up a bit on Wednesday. Then by the weekend, 72 down to 70s, but sunshine all the way through the week ahead, looking very nice.
Thank you, Danny.
Yep.
General Motors is recalling more than 81,000 cars because of problems with the power steering. The recall includes the Chevrolet Malibu, Malibu Max, and the Pontiac G6 with power steering from 2006 and 2007. If power steering is lost, GM says drivers can still maintain control, but at low speeds. Nearly all the recalled vehicles are in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. Dealers will replace a sensor assembly in the power steering. GM says the problem has caused one crash, but no injuries or deaths.
The fastest, most powerful sedan you can buy doesn't come from Germany, doesn't come from Italy or England. It comes from right here in the U.S. The Dodge Charger Hellcat is like a family sedan mixed with a muscle car. As car specialist Dave Coons shows us, it's also great at flexing its high-tech power on our freeways.
Last year, Chrysler blew everyone away, figuratively and literally, by bringing out the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. 707 horsepower in a modern street-legal passenger car. Just one problem for many potential buyers, the impracticality of a two-door design. Well, now there's the Charger Hellcat. Same howling supercharged engine, same 707 horsepower, but in a more user-friendly, family-friendly, I need to take clients to lunch-friendly four-door body. A tighter suspension, huge brakes, fat tires, and supportive seats all round out the package. There's a dose of subtlety, too. Only this small Hellcat logo to tip off the driver in the next lane. Technology helps keep the horsepower at bay if you choose. You have to have the special red key to access all the power, and you can dial it back for safety or to save your license. But set all the right buttons to the good positions, and you've got a car that'll get busy around a racetrack. The folks at Chrysler did just that, getting one up to 204 miles per hour. This car is all about the numbers, bragging rights for the people who will buy it, and also for Chrysler. Now, there are other high-performance sedans out there, and a lot of them will do things very well, but none of them can touch the numbers of the Hellcat Charger, 700 horsepower for $63,000. How about a Mercedes-Benz E63 AMG? Well, it falls short on horsepower, making only 577 at most, for a base price of $99,000. Or take BMW's M5, an awesome performer, but its turbocharged V8 comes up short too, at 560 horsepower. And its $93,000 base sticker price is almost exactly 30 grand more than the Charger Hellcat. This isn't a car for everyone, and there will actually be only a handful at each Dodge dealership. But for now, Chrysler gets to boast that it builds the most powerful four-door sedan in the country. If you see one in your rearview mirror, probably best to let it go past. Dave Coons, ABC7, Eyewitness News.
Get out of the way of that
Smart
car.
idea there.
Up next, celebrating Valentine's Day.
We'll show you the folks who packed local flower shops this morning looking for that perfect last-minute gift for their sweetheart.
Plus, the saying I do from 86 floors up. We'll show you the lucky couples who got married today at New York City's iconic Empire State Building. In case you haven't noticed, it's Valentine's Day. Procrastinators were out in full force today trying to get their hands on anything lovey-dovey they could find. Local flower shops were quickly selling out of everything from roses to tulips to carnations. Today is the busiest day of the year for florists.
It's a big day, and yeah, we gear up for it. We put a lot of effort into it. We get all psyched, and we really enjoy it. We've been up all night, and I got toothpicks in my eyes, but I'm still going, and we'll keep going till we run out of product. Hopefully, it'll last till 10 o'clock tonight.
Lots of flower shops are staying open late today to accommodate the expected last-minute rush.
Roses are getting some competition as the new flower of choice on Valentine's Day. Flower company Bloom Nation says tulips are becoming a popular alternative. They are in peak season around Valentine's Day and come at a fraction of the cost of roses. Most tulips sold in the U.S. are imported from Holland, and according to the Department of Commerce, tulip sales have grown by more than 1 million bulbs between 2012 and 2013.
Love is soaring to new heights in New York City. On this Valentine's Day, 100 couples got married atop the Empire State Building. The weddings took place on the 86th floor observatory. Usually a contest is held and just a handful of lovebirds are selected to wed atop the legendary skyscraper. February 14th is the only day of the year couples can get married atop the iconic building.
Looking just like they're in a fair to remember, or is this in Seattle?
This is in Seattle,
Good
that's right.
stuff. Congratulations. We are updating our top stories at 7:30, including the latest on 2 separate shootings in Denmark.
And a Valentine's Day mass murder plot in Canada is foiled. How police were able to prevent a holiday horror.
Plus, dash cam video going viral. How this video helped one driver prove his case to police.
And a wild scene in Orange County. Find out what investigators say caused an SUV to crash into the front of a Santa Ana bar.
This is Eyewitness News on LA56 with live breaking news.
Our top story at 7:30, breaking news in Denmark where 2 shooting sprees took place within hours. I'm Giovanna Lotta.
I'm Jory Rand. This is Eyewitness News on LA56, LA's only live local newscast at 7:30 p.m. The latest shooting took place at a synagogue in downtown Copenhagen. One person was shot in the head. We've just learned that victim has now died. 2 police officers were also shot in the arms and legs. In the earlier shooting at a free speech center, 1 man was killed, 3 police officers wounded in what authorities are calling a terror attack. The event featured an artist known for his caricatures of the Prophet Muhammad. Police are searching for a man wearing a ski jacket and a scarf over his face.
Meantime, a mass murder plot in Canada has been foiled. Police say they've stopped 3 suspects who were planning to kill as many people as possible at a mall on Valentine's Day. As ABC's Candace Gibson tells us, one of the suspects is American.
This is the scene where Canadian police stopped what could have been a massive, deadly attack only hours before it was set to take place. The house now quiet, surrounded in crime scene tape, the front window shattered.
Based on what we know so far, it would have been devastating. Mass casualties were a real possibility.
Investigators initially arrested 4 people. They say a woman from a Chicago suburb and a 19-year-old man from Halifax allegedly planned to storm a Canadian mall, opening fire, killing as many people as possible, and then killing themselves. Police also arrested 2 other men from Nova Scotia.
This appeared to be a group of murderous misfits that were coming here or were living here and prepared to wreak havoc and mayhem in our community.
An anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers sent police swarming the suburban house, the 19-year-old suspect inside. Authorities say he shot himself to death. A short time later, the woman from Geneva, Illinois, now identified as Lindsay Suvanarath, and 20-year-old Randall Shepard were arrested at Halifax Airport. An official says she confessed to the plot. They are both now charged with conspiracy to commit murder.
There's nothing in the investigation to classify it as a terrorist attack.
Investigators have not revealed a motive, but they say the plot was not culturally motivated. Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
In Mexico, at least 16 people are dead, 22 others injured after a freight train collides with a passenger bus. That's according to Mexican officials, who say it happened last night in a small town about 50 miles from the Texas border. It's still unclear exactly how it happened. Investigators say they are looking into whether the bus driver tried to beat the train to the crossing.
To your weather now, Danny Romero standing by with a look at your forecast, and it's going to be a warm one, right, Danny?
Yeah, we still got more warmth coming our way, not quite as hot, but certainly still warm. And the reason for the slight change in temps to the lower side is, look out here, our LAX camera, live HC, a little cloud cover movement. And that marine layer, which tends to cool us down a bit, starting to make its way in during the nighttime and early morning hours tomorrow to bring temps down just a bit. But not before we had a gorgeous sunset over Malibu today. Watch that as the sun settles down to the horizon, going lower and lower, heading towards a Saturday night in Southern California. Not a bad view at all. A good day down at the beach, certainly. And the numbers now are still pretty good. We're still a cool 60 in Riverside, 50 at Big Bear. And look how warm things are. 72 in Burbank. We're showing 72 for Fullerton, for Santa Ana as well. And even the coastal numbers, not bad at all. Santa Monica at 65, Oxnard at 64. Now, how much more that changes, I'll let you know when I come back with your live Mega Doppler 7000 HD 7-day forecast in just a little bit. Jory, Giovanna, go ahead.
Okay, Danny, thanks. A dropped mattress is being blamed for triggering a deadly 4-car crash in Santa Ana overnight. It happened shortly before midnight on the 55 freeway at Dyer Road. Cynthia Brock of Costa Mesa was killed in the crash. The 53-year-old was in the fast lane when she struck the mattress, then slammed into the center divide. That triggered several other collisions. The northbound lanes of the 55 were shut down for hours as police cleared the scene. Also in Santa Ana, a gas pedal mix-up is being blamed for this messy scene. Just before 1 this morning, a woman accidentally put her foot on the gas rather than the brake and plowed through the front wall of the Mama and Friends bar on West Edinger Avenue. Police say people were inside when she crashed, but amazingly no one was hurt. The building has now been red tagged and will be closed indefinitely. No charges will be filed.
Police have released the identity of the suspect who was killed yesterday after leading authorities on a wild pursuit in San Bernardino. Police say 23-year-old Jonathan Harden was behind the wheel of a stolen Scion when they tried to pull him over. Instead, they say he led them on a high-speed chase through the city. It finally came to an end as officers were able to spin the car around on the 215 freeway. The police chief says 5 officers then opened fire. Harden was hit several times and died at the scene.
Dozens of explosives have been found inside an upscale home in Northern California. Police arrested 43-year-old Laureen Mason. The bomb squad was called to her upscale Novato neighborhood. They say inside Mason's bedroom there were more than 80 explosive devices. Investigators say they had been following Mason because she had threatened someone. They found explosives in her car, which led to the search of her home. Police also found bomb-making ingredients inside.
Wildlife officials in Northern California have solved the mystery of the strange goo that's been killing hundreds of birds in the San Francisco Bay. The substance has been identified as a mix of non-petroleum-based oils and fats. A rescue group has cleaned up more than 100 birds, most of which were found in the eastern part of the bay. A contaminated bird hasn't been found for several weeks, but investigators are still working to discover the source of the substance.
Cute little guys. Some dash cam video is going viral this week after catching a woman running a red light, slamming into the driver with the camera. The video actually helped the driver prove his case to police. But is having a dash cam rolling in your car all the time a good idea? Here's ABC's Ron Claiborne.
We know what happened because we can see it happen. This driver smacks into a white minivan that ran through a red light. Everyone was okay, and the guy with the camera in his car has a powerful witness on his side.
If you look at it and you don't know what the lights are at that moment, you could assume he ran the red light and hit her. But because there's a dash cam, we know for a fact that she ran the red light.
The police report agrees, concluding driver 1 was the at-fault driver.
There is no other way to be sure that you can prove in court, if you need to, that the accident was not your fault without having some kind of video evidence.
Hardigree, who edits the car enthusiast website jalopnik.com, took us for a spin in a car equipped with a dash cam. In just a few minutes, we saw a bus run a red light and a car almost dart into our side.
Well, that guy almost went into you.
Dash cams are already hugely popular in Russia and China. They've also recorded everything from a meteor screaming across the sky to the recent fatal plane crash in Taiwan. And here in the U.S., more and more people are turning to them as legal ammunition in an accident.
People rarely agree on what happened, but the camera never lies.
But remember, what's recorded can just as easily show it was the motorist with the rolling dash cam who's to blame. At least this guy survived. Ron Claiborne, ABC News, New York.
Ooh. That was a bad crash. The son of actor Jackie Chan is giving a public apology for his arrest on drug charges. 32-year-old J.C. Chan thanked everyone for his second chance. The court showed leniency, releasing him after a 6-month sentence. Chan and a Taiwanese actor tested positive for marijuana, and police seized more than 100 grams of the drug from his Beijing apartment. He promised to behave himself and focus on his acting career.
Coming up on Eyewitness News, a love that has lasted the ages.
A local couple married for more than 60 years renews their wedding vows, and this.
I was really surprised because I had no way of knowing that it would show up in the way it did.
Tears from a World War II veteran after he received a long-lost love letter. The emotional story as Eyewitness News continues.
A couple married more than 60 years renewed their vows at a nursing home in Reseda.
You may now kiss your bride of 62 years.
Glenn and Barbara Volkenot got married on Valentine's Day in 1953. They met on a blind date in Minnesota. They later moved to California and had 5 children. Barbara is now in a nursing home in Reseda. Their grandson performed today's ceremony in front of family and friends. And we've been asking for Circle of Eyewitnesses to share their hidden heart pictures with us on social media. And these are just a few of the great heart photos we've received so far. Thanks to all of you. And you can see more on our ABC7 Facebook page and share your hidden heart pictures with us just using the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness.
And welcome to the Circle. A World War II veteran breaks into tears after receiving a long-lost love letter he wrote to his future wife when he was at war 70 years ago.
So lovely, darling, that I often wonder how it is possible that you're mine.
A woman found that letter dated 1945 inside of an old record she bought at a Colorado thrift store. She asked a local TV news station to help find the owner, and it turns out he wasn't far away. Bill Moore is now 90 and living in an assisted care facility in Aurora, Colorado. His wife, Bernadine, died 5 years ago. Their daughter says this is their only love letter that has survived the years.
She loved me, and that's all I can tell you is a heartache not being with her all the time.
The Moores were married for 63 years.
Oh, he is such a sweetheart. Still emotional about his wife. Yeah. Ahead on Eyewitness News, we'll tell you how 2 Southern California guys are bringing some charitable bracelets to the forefront of Hollywood.
And looks like this little guy got tired of swimming today, hopped on for a ride. We'll show you more of this adorable video.
Plus, could the possible super fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao be closer to happening? The new developments coming up in sports.
Bracelets from Costa Rica are quickly becoming the hottest fashion accessory around. Everyone from supermodels to big-name Hollywood actors are now wearing them.
As Eyewitness News reporter Alex Michelson shows us, the trendy bracelets come from humble beginnings.
Bits of string.
I think they were just simple.
Knots and beads.
It was just something that was so easy.
Now these bracelets are making these buddies millions.
It's something we never expected.
Pura Vida started when Agoura Hills natives Griffin Thal and Paul Goodman took a surf trip to Costa Rica soon after graduating from college. They met Jorge and Joaquin, two young men living in poverty, crafting intricate bracelets. Griffin and Paul thought that their friends back home would love those bracelets, so they bought 400 of them.
We invested $100 each when we first started to buy those original bracelets, and we've just built it up from there.
They began selling the bracelets in Malibu boutique stores where they caught the eyes of celebrities. Robert Downey Jr., Rihanna, David Beckham, the DJ Skrillex, and models from Sports Illustrated and Victoria's Secret.
After that effect started happening, a lot of people would flock our website.
They've sold more than 2 million bracelets and turned that initial $200 investment between them into a $9 million profit last year alone.
It's been a good investment.
Many of the bracelets support different charities, like this pink one supports breast cancer awareness. In fact, there are different bracelets supporting 166 different organizations.
Plus, 80 Costa Ricans who had been living in poverty now have full-time jobs making those bracelets. Forbes magazine recently selected Paul and Griffin as two of their 30 under 30. Both are now being asked to lecture at business schools around the country.
The biggest thing that we usually tell students is just to find something that you really like and you're really good at and just focus on it. You know, every time someone tells you, like, hey, like, get a real job or go do this, like, we never took that advice. And I think that that's what's been so powerful.
Alex Michelson, ABC7, Eyewitness News.
One family got quite the Valentine's Day surprise. A sea lion jumped onto the back of their kayak while they were in Santa Barbara's Stearns Wharf. The sea lion decided to take a seat in the back and go for a ride. That family in the video is from Orange County. Santa Barbara TV anchor Joe Batista posted the video on his Twitter page.
Love it.
Good stuff.
But they can be dangerous. Those little guys.
Yeah, you know, you get
they
close.
are cute.
Yeah, they might just start like melting it like a little, you smell a little fish on your ear and it's all over, you know? It's like, clump, you know? That's from Joe Batista.
Joey,
Yeah, Joe used to work here. Props to Joey.
Yep.
Sending some good stuff. Way to go. I'll tell you what, you want to get out in the water tomorrow, still another great day to hit the beach, the shore, anywhere outdoors, a lot of sunshine. Let's go outside and take a look here. I'm sorry, don't have a little sea lion with me on this one, but just the same, I do have a couple of gorgeous views of a Saturday night, say, Laguna Beach. Here's our live HD camera showing a pretty good view on the coast there. Downtown LA looking pretty nice as well. It's 68 degrees at this moment. 33% relative humidity, and today really, really nice warm conditions. And they'll continue, although a little less of the heat. Here's why. For the most part, we're dominated by this ridge of high pressure over Southern California, giving us an offshore flow. But we're getting a few high clouds moving through the area now. This is breaking down somewhat, but nothing too much. We'll get a little more of an onshore push. Cooler air moves inland, and that means we're going to see temperatures start to drop a little bit for a couple of days. And a real change will be by the weekend. Here's our numbers tonight. Down to 51 in Beaumont. Down to 50 in Thousand Oaks, to 36 overnight in Lancaster. Tomorrow's highs, again, a lot of sunshine for an 81 in Northridge and 80 in Encino. But we'll get to 79 in Santa Clarita, 75 in Palmdale and the beach. Not bad. Redondo Beach, 73. Huntington Beach, 74. Dana Point, 72. The desert you go, Palm Springs. 83's high tomorrow. Now watch this. 7-day power back weather showing you those morning clouds there, but then afternoon sunshine. Still pretty sunny and warm tomorrow, but then cooler on Monday. Another bump back up briefly Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the marine layer really kind of hangs in for the weekend as the temps drop back down. Still above the average temp of 69. We got 72s for Friday and Saturday. Valley spots in the Inland Empire. A sunny one tomorrow with temps in the 80s. Morning clouds lingering Monday, bringing temps down a bit, but then Tuesday and Wednesday, less of that. More sunshine back up to the 80s. Then the weekend comes and more of that cooling air moves in for Friday and Saturday. Beaches, we'll have the clouds to start the day. Still a sunny afternoon tomorrow, although a cooler day Monday. Sunshine returns in the afternoon on Tuesday after the morning fog moves out. Here we go, another nice day on Wednesday, and then by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday now, that marine layer sticks around a little bit longer, so a cooler weekend coming up for the beach areas. For the mountain spots, sunshine through the week with the winds kicking up on Tuesday and Wednesday, and the temps staying in the 60s through the week until the weekend. A little cooler air moves in, dropping the afternoon highs to 58, but those overnight numbers only in the 30s. Not that cold at night, at least not used to it wintertime in the mountains. High desert will be sunny and warm for a couple of days, mid-70s for the highs, and then the winds kick in for Tuesday and Wednesday, some gusts in that 30, 40 mile per hour range. Sunshine continues into the weekend, albeit a little bit cooler. Still a sunny Friday and Saturday with temps up in 70-degree range.
Pretty nice.
Yes.
Thanks,
Sounds good, Denny. Ready for sports?
Ready, baby.
All right, let's do it. Kings are on the ice right now at Staples, taking on the Washington Capitals and looking for their 4th straight win. The last time the Kings won 4 in a row, all the way back in the first and second weeks of the season when they won 6 straight. Right now, this game is scoreless after 1. We'll have your highlights, if there are any, on Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7. UCLA taking on Oregon today, looking to move into a tie for 3rd in the Pac-12. Freshman Kevon Looney showing why he's considered a lottery pick this year. Pulls down the board, slams home 2 of his 18 points. The Oregon defense, no match for Norman Powell, has a sick between the legs move, gets to the cup for the one-handed throwdown. He had 23 points. And UCLA up 3. Tony Parker helping to put the game out of reach. Off the nice feed inside from Bryce Alford. Hook falls. Bruins take home their 5th win in 6 games. They win 72-63. Trojans hosting Oregon State this afternoon. Just before the break, USC down 4 off the steal. The pass goes ahead to Julian Jacobs, who slams it home, beats the buzzer. USC down 2 at the break. Second half now, USC up 56-48 when Elijah Stewart gets the block. The ball goes the other way. Caton Reinhardt doesn't even blink. He hits the 3. The lead's up to double digits. Trojans going showtime late. We're talking NBA Jam style here. Off the backboard, alley-oop. USC finally hits 10 wins on the year. They take it 68-55. Finally, it may actually be happening. For years, we've been teased with the possibility of a super fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, but now we may have what may be the closest thing other than an actual announcement. Rumors are flying that the two fighters have agreed on a record $250 million purse for a May 2nd fight in Vegas, and it could be announced in the next couple of days. The split would be 60-40 in favor of Mayweather, which the two fighters accepted in earlier negotiations.
New tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7, a high school basketball player shot by a stray bullet while riding a Metro bus. We'll talk to his family about his ordeal. And adorable video going viral, a preschooler proposes to Disney princesses. He talks about why he did it, plus the other thing he asked the princesses to do. You have to watch to find out those stories and all the late-breaking news on Southern California's #1 newscast. That's Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7.
Well, we know why he did it. Valentine's Day.
Yes, it is.
Love was in the air.
Well, he did it a little while ago.
Coming up here on Eyewitness News on LA56, one middle school student has more than 600 Valentines today.
He couldn't decide. Still to come, we'll tell you why he bought so many balloons and how the ladies are reacting. This is one smooth operator, and Idaho Junior, he's a high school student, has 650 sweethearts this Valentine's Day. That's because Keegan Wolf bought 650 heart balloons and gave them to all the female students at his school. When he became class president, he said that he wanted all students to feel appreciated. Well, did it earn him any dates? You would think so, right?
Believe it or not, I'm still single. Even after 650 heart balloons, still single. So, you know.
Still no ladies after you've gone out of your way to make sure every single one of them's happy?
I know, right? I think next year though, I'll have somebody.
Keegan was kind of disappointed since he bought most of the balloons with his own money. His parents did chip in for some.
I've got a better idea for him next year. 650 balloons to one girl.
There you go. And then you get
Gotta make a choice, Keegan.
She says no.
Women don't like indecision. Some people in Nebraska are celebrating Valentine's Day with the help of some four-legged friends. The Humane Society in Council Bluffs, Nebraska, is delivering wag-o-grams. This would work for me every time. They cost $35 and come with cookies and roses. Wag-o-grams are delivered by dogs up for adoption, and the popular program, now in its 7th year, has all proceeds go to building a new state-of-the-art animal shelter there.
Oh, you'd want to take them all, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is this cookies for the dog or cookies for the person?
I don't know. Thanks for the point is to take the dog home. Thanks for joining us for Eyewitness News at 7 here on LA56. LA56 Weekend Theater is next.
See you at 11 on ABC7.